Can ask you all the questions. Look, we were just really complimenting your team and the performance that you saw out there tonight. Tell me how pleased you are with it.
I just said to the lads, the attitude of the team, the quality they have, they showed in moments. Some of the football we played is fantastic. But what I've really challenged the players on since I've come on is positive reactions to losing the ball or a bad refereeing decision, and I just felt our energy, our pressing, our fundamentals and our values were there tonight, and we could have scored more. But I think Hull are a very good team, and this was a really, really difficult tie. I'm just delighted in the performance.
How much goes into when you let leads slip and you don't want that kind of mentality to sink in? So how much was going into, look guys, if we go ahead, we have to kill the game off? Yeah,
look, I was desperate for that clean sheet. I was disappointed at the end when Hull had a few chances, but overall the players were excellent tonight. Frustrated with the other night because there was a lot of good play, but we didn't see the game out. So there are things for us to improve. We have a bit of time now. We don't have a midweek game for the first time ever, it feels like. So we can rest, recover, and make sure we keep improving on the training pitch.
Liam, I was at the Charlton game as well as the game tonight, and everyone will think that it's a given. You turn up and you beat these teams with
games
these.
Are difficult.
It's absolutely not, and I thought the attitude of your team was incredible. And it's all very well being an international superstar, but you must have been so pleased with the boys, the established players, of how they stepped up tonight.
Yeah, I believe the harder you work in life, the luckier you get. I think Pedro Neto summed that up. I thought from minute 1 to minute 94, he ran himself into the ground. He played in the number 10 position, he's tracking back, he's pressing, and he gets what he deserves, which is the goals that he gets. I thought Garnacho, Esteval, they're outstanding players, but I really like is the work rate and the energy in the team. And for us to be successful this year, that has to be there. That's as a bare minimum.
I was going to ask you about Neto in that number 10 position. You're going to see him there in the future moving forward, and, you know, what else can he bring to you in that position?
He's got so much. He's got so much good. He can play every position in the top line. He's played up front against Barcelona early in the season, was outstanding there. He's a great player. And what I was really happy for him tonight was he got the rewards because he's been working really hard for the team, but to give him those goals should give him confidence for the rest of the season.
Can I also give you a hand warmer because you look freezing?
I'm absolutely
freezing.
I'm not used to being in Hull again. I'm not getting used to it. It's been
so
nice to be
cold.
Yeah,
I was about to say, how is it being back? And I imagine
amazing.
the answer's cold.
Cold, but amazing. Really nice to get the reception that I got. Like I said before, the game, the club does mean a real lot to me. My family were here, so to get the receptions from both sets of fans, it's a nice thing, but you want to keep winning games.
They were chanting he's one of their own. Did you hear that?
Yeah, thank you for that. It's nice. I'm going to go upstairs and see Ajin now. It'll be nice to see him, and it's been a really positive night.
We spoke to him before the game actually, and he's always really complimentary of you too.
He's a good guy.
Before I don't want to move away from the game too much because obviously Liam Delap also had a really good game today and was really influential in a couple of those goals. How impressed are you with him?
All of them, I have to say, all of them. The Andre Santos has been like Micah, Enzo when he comes on. The lads are starting to understand our principles in our build and how we want to bounce through the pitch. Overall, I don't want to I know I've singled out Pedro, but I was just happy with the whole squad today and what they brought in terms of their professionalism.
Liam, I also just want to ask, before we let you go, it feels from the outside like you are building such a good relationship with these players and they are responding so well to you. What do you want that relationship to look like?
Just normal, they're great. They're not kids, they're men. What I learned very quickly with them as a group, they want the best for the club. And my job and the staff's job is to guide them. They're going to make mistakes. Every team makes mistakes, but you have to guide them and connect with them and try and get the maximum out of them. And I have to say, so far, I think it's 40 days I've been in the job. I think we've made a really, really strong start.
Absolutely. Liam, we'll let you go and get warm.
Thank you. You can have a hand warmer.
Pedro holding the match ball, congratulations. It was your first goal since the last round of the FA Cup. How much did you enjoy it and how much did you feel you needed that tonight?
I enjoyed a lot, to be honest. I needed a lot this one as well. But first of all, really happy with the team going through the next one.
Can I ask you about your celebration for the first goal, the fingers in the ears? Was that a message to anyone in particular?
Yeah, I'll not tell it, but I'll continue my work. I want to help my teammates and all the fans in the club. So continue the hard work and go to the next one.
you got a hat trick. It was a hat trick of assists as well tonight for Liam Delap, coming into the team as well and having a big part to play. How big opportunities are these when you get the chance to come into the team and play together, when you maybe don't play together quite as much as some of you would like to?
I think the most important one is enjoy. I think if we enjoy and we are with the right attitude on the pitch, we give no chances. So this is what we did today. We play really good football against a really tough team, and we are really happy with the win.
You're through as well, lots to compete for, lots still to go this season. How much do you feel you're developing already under the new manager and the ambitions that you have for this season?
Above all, I think in terms of confidence and in terms of going forwards in the match. And like I said, we are really positive mind. We want to continue to work, and winning the next games is really important as well.
Well done tonight. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
With your defender's hat on, where are his greatest strengths? What would cause you the most issues?
Well, I think it's the fact that what we spoke about before, saying with Garnacho, you would go really tight, you'd go really high with him, and then you'd say, right, come on and beat me. He's got pace, so if he just needs to do a straight line run in behind, he can do that. But if he does get it to his feet, he's also got the skill, he's got a technique to go at you. But also, he can go on his left foot, he can go on his right foot. So I'm not trying to say that he's got every single club in the bag, but he's got pretty much all of them because he's a very, very competent player.
I think it's his delivery. His delivery is outstanding. I think the way I would try to play him and get really tight and really high up against him, but when he checks back onto his left foot with that delivery, that's really hard to defend that. You know, the line he's supposed to go, and do you drop off a little bit or whatever your game plan is at the time. But with Neto, you just want to see it more consistently now.
It's also the way he dovetails with the players around him. Like today we saw with Esteval, more so than Garnacho. Garnacho pretty much hogged the left, but the way sometimes he'll find himself in the middle, Esteval drifts in, he'll go outside, and all of a sudden he's running on the outside of the wing-back. That's where his strengths lie as well, because as long as he's got somebody else that, if he takes a spot, they can take up his spot. It's a dangerous player in terms of, particularly when you've got Esteval filling his hole in the 10 as well.
Okay, let's look at his first goal of the hat-trick then, which was a good layup, not the first time, as we'll see throughout the course of this, a good layup from Liam Delap, but the finish was great.
Yeah, the finish was brilliant. But it was more what I was impressed with, and Kurt mentioned it there, it's his movement. The way he comes towards the ball, drags the midfield out, and then look where he ends up. In that pocket of space there, where in between the defenders and the midfielders, and the time he takes to get the touch and the shot, the technique is fantastic, but it's all about the first touch and the timing. 1, 2, and it's in the back of the net. It's absolutely brilliant stuff from Neto there.
And we can be critical of Hull because in this situation they've got a lot of men back but very passive, and when we speak about that movement, his movement was excellent, but they've the forward line's kind of let him drift into that hole, and the back line couldn't quite get out to him, but take nothing away from the finish. Excellent finish into the side net.
The second is straight from a corner, which brings into the whole debate again about how you defend near post corners, because there's nothing spectacular about this, is it? I mean, it's not a brilliantly well worked routine, it's just a well taken near post corner, Mike.
Yeah, but it's the delivery. It's, going to that near post, you've got to be strong in that position. He's even backpedaling there. You've got to go and head the first man in this system has to just go and head it, and if they don't head it, then it just becomes carnage inside the box.
Yeah. My biggest frustration is there's not one single Hull player that wants to go and head the ball. That's the front post, right? I understand that there's bodies and it seems to become... There's nobody that says, I'm going to take responsibility, I'm just going to clear this ball. They kind of think, well, he's jumped, he's missed it, and they're all kind of watching it. And unfortunately, Phillips has no chance.
Are any of them in a position to head that, given the blocks on them and being held?
But you see, some of them are the ones holding.
So forget your man.
Forget your man. As soon as you see, if you're able to go and head a ball as a centre half, if I see a ball ahead of me, I want to head it. I want to clear it. I want to make sure there's nothing. I'm not worried about what happens behind me. But the moment it comes low and it bounces between, Phillips has got absolutely no chance. Unfortunately, it goes for his legs, but he had no chance with that.
The problem is though, when you go for it, we've been in sometimes that near post. You're thinking about the ball so much, you forget about your man, and you don't want your man to score. Yeah. So it was a little bit of that as well. I think.
You have to trust yourself. Of course, the delivery of the ball was very, very good, but it seemed that they were more interested in wrestling than thinking, right, where is that ball actually going? Even if I do move these players out.
Why has it changed so much? Because I mean, and this, I'm not saying this was happening 30 years ago. You probably go back only 5 years. A man in front of a player on the near post and a man behind him. That was what it used to be, didn't it?
I feel like a dinosaur. I've only been retired 18 months, but I feel like the responsibility now for a defender, they're more worried about what they do with their feet, if I'm being totally honest, more often now.
Right.
So I just feel it's not a natural thing for defenders to want to go and head a ball anymore. And I just honestly think that's kind of a problem. You see here, look how many men around it, and again, they're all hustling and fighting for play with players, but nobody actually wants to go and head it. And that
Would you leave your man in that situation then and try and be free just to wherever that ball goes to try and win it?
What you want to do is you want to try and free yourself up, not necessarily to go and jump over everyone, but to free yourself up so that you get yourself in a space where, right, there's my man, he's out the way, I'm going to go head this ball, but you've still got aware of him. But again, they were more thinking, I've done my job, he hasn't scored, but actually the actual corner taker scores himself.
Yeah, totally agree. But
the more bodies there are, the more complicated it makes it, doesn't it? To defend.
Especially for the goalkeeper, and just that movement. If you're next to me there and you're trying to get out, you know someone's pulling you, so you've got to be nice and strong. You've got to be set, and you've got to focus on the ball and the man. That's where it's becoming very difficult.
Look at the third goal then, which again Liam Delap was instrumental in.
Yeah, I just think his game tonight was brilliant. And what I liked about it, when Hull set up in this 5, I want you to look at his movement. McCarthy then goes to James, which then leaves that space. A lot of strikers there would still go to feet, but Delap's thinking, can I get into the space? I said in the first half, there was a little bit too high, and then now, because the defender went out, he's out of position. Delap does ever so well, and then Esteval's there for a tap-in. But it all comes from Delap's movement. We talk about strikers, everyone wants the ball to feet, but when you can run in behind like that, and the quality of the ball coming to you is very good, then he will create these chances. And this is what he's been yearning for when he's at Ipswich. This is what he was doing week by week, thinking, he's a proper player, but at times, I don't know if he wants to look cute on the ball and come get involved in the ball. João Pedro could do that. This is where he could be successful at Chelsea because he's different. He make them runs in behind.
But the role of being a Chelsea striker in the Premier League compared to an Ipswich striker in the Premier League is totally different. So in terms of those runs, getting in behind are what key. What I did like about it is his composure to do the foot roll, but also the stop-start on John Egan, which gets him the space, does the foot roll, and Esteval scores.